Our lesson today is percent discount. And to discount an item, we deduct an amount from the original amount. In example 1, the athletics department bought new jerseys for a total of $1,300. Because of the large order, they received a 25% discount. How much did they save? All right, so what do we really have and want here? Well, how much did they save? Here we're talking about the amount discounted. We also have 25%, and this is the percent discounted. And they also told us 1,300, which is the total. Now, from yesterday, we talked about the formula amount divided by total multiplied by 100% is equal to the percentage. When we're putting different numbers in here, it's really important to make sure that things line up. For example, if we have amount discounted, then our percent has to be discounted. And each time we do a different question, we'll talk about this. So I can kind of just fill in the blanks here. I don't know what the amount discounted is. I'm going to call him A. So I have A divided by my total, which is 1,300, multiplied by 100 is equal to the percent discount, which was 25. Now I want to solve for A, and there's a few things blocking A. I have this 1,300 and the 100. So if I multiply this side by 1,300, then the 1,300s divide out. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other side. Now if I divide this side by 100, then notice that I can cross divide the 100s. Whatever I do to one side, I must also do to the other side. Now I haven't simplified anything yet on the right hand side. I wanted to leave that till the end because when we're dividing by 100, it's pretty nice. I can divide out by 10, I can divide out another 10, and so what I'm left here is 25 multiplied by 13, and on my left hand side, all that I'm left with is A. Now, I don't know what 25 times 13 is, so I'm just going to write it out using long multiplication. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. I'm going to pop in a 0. 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 2 is 2. And then I add these together. 5 plus 0 is 1. 5 plus 7 is 12, and I get 325. Now, this is a word problem, and with word problems, we want to have word answers. So I'm going to say the athletics department saved $325. And if you forget what you're looking for at the end, go back to the question. How much did they save? They saved $325. All right, let's do example 2. Megan wants to buy a new soccer ball. It was regularly sold for $56, but there is a sale today and she will receive a 15% discount. How much did she pay for the soccer ball? So same as last time, I'm gonna just list out what I actually have. Well, I know that it's regularly sold for $56. So the total would be $56. It also gives me the percent discount, which is 15%, and it asks me how much she paid for the soccer ball. So I want the amount paid. Okay, now what I have to notice here is that I have a percent discount and an amount paid. These don't match. So I want to know what the percent paid is. And to find the percent, we take all 100% of it, and we take away the 15%, and we get 85%. So this is now the percent she paid. And now I can use my formula again. Amount over total multiplied by 100% is equal to the percent. All right, now the amount is 50. Now the amount is what I want, so I'm going to let the amount paid equal A. The total price, or the original price of the soccer ball was $56 multiplied by 100 is equal to my percent paid, which is 85%. It's really important when we're doing this that we're looking for amount paid and percent paid. Now, I'm trying to isolate A. I want to know what A equals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by multiplying this side by 56. Notice that when I multiply this side by 56, I can divide out the 56's. Whatever I do to one side, I can do to the other side. And actually, we don't need this percentage symbol right now. So I'm just going to remove him for the time being. Now, I also need to get rid of this 100. So if I divide both sides by 100, then I can cross divide these two, and they simplify to 1. On the left-hand side, all I'm left with is A. On the right-hand side, I have 85 multiplied by 56 over 100. Now my suggestion is to multiply the top first. I can't simplify anything really nicely, but dividing by 100 just moves the decimal places over. I don't know what 85 multiplied by 56 is, but I can do this using long multiplication, and 6 multiplied by 5 is 30. 8 multiplied by 6 is 48, plus 3 is 51. I'm going to drop my 0 in. 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. 5 multiplied by 8 is 40, plus 2 is 42. And I'm going to add these up. So now I have A is equal to 4760 divided by 100. And when I'm dividing by 100, all I'm doing is I'm moving this decimal place over 2 places. So this is equal to 47.60. Now it's a monetary value, so it makes sense that it has 2 decimal places, and it's a word problem, so I'm going to make sure that I answer with words. So I look back again, because I can't remember what the question was. How much did she pay? Right. Okay. She paid $47.60 for the soccer ball. Excellent. One more example. Mr. Wong paid $125 for a new calculator that was on sale for 20% off the regular price. Determine the regular price of the calculator. Let's write out what we have. So Mr. Wong paid $125. So 125 is the amount paid. It's on sale for 20% off. So it's 20% off, which is the same thing as discount. And we want the regular price. So we want the regular price. This is just talking about the total. Alright. Now notice that we have amount paid here and we have discount. These don't match. So I want to find out what the percent he actually paid for it was. And what we do is we take 100% and we take away 20%, which is just equal to 80%. And this is now the percent paid. Now we have the paids matching. Alright, we can use our formula again. So we have amount divided by total multiplied by 100 is equal to the percent. Alright, so the amount paid was $125. I don't know what the total is. For total, I'm just going to let him equal T. T for total. And the percent I paid is 80. Now I need to solve for T, and T is on the bottom. I want T equals. When he's on the bottom, we have to multiply both sides to get T upstairs. Now T is just a number, so just as 5 divided by 5 is 1, or 100 divided by 100 is 1, or 1,000,000 divided by 1,000,000 is 1, T divided by T is 1. So the T's on the left-hand side divide out, And I'm left with 125 multiplied by 100 is equal to 80 multiplied by t. Now again, I'm trying to solve for t. I need to get t by himself. So I'm going to divide both sides by 80. And I haven't simplified. It's going to be a little bit more simple in the it's going to be a little easier in the end if I simplify. So you can simplify as you go if you'd like, but you don't have to. Now 80 divided by 80 is 1. So these guys here divide to become 1. On my left-hand side, I'm going to start by dividing the top and the bottom by 10. It's 1250 divided by 8 is equal to t. Now fractions are fine, but we're talking about a money value. So it doesn't make sense to have fractions when we're talking about money. So I'm just going to do long division. 1,250 divided by 8. And 8 goes into 12 once. And 12 minus 8 is 4. And I'm going to take my 5 down. And 8 multiplied by 5 is 40. When I subtract that, I get 5. I'm going to bring my 0 down. And 8 goes into 50 8 times. And that's 6 times. Now, 50 take away 48 is 2. We want to keep going because when we have money, it has 2 decimal places. So I'm going to put a decimal in, I'm going to drop a 0 in here, and I'm going to pull my 0 down. And 8 goes into 20 twice, and that's 16. And when I subtract these, I get 4. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to bring a 0 down, and 8 goes into 45 times, and that's exact, and when I subtract these, I get 0. So it's exactly $156.26. Now, I'm not going to leave my answer like that. I'm going to go back up, and it says determine the regular price of the calculator. So, of course, it's a word problem, so I want a word answer. The calculator was originally priced at $156.25. And that would be my answer. And we're done.